It finally happened. The Brawl queue in Magic the Gathering Arena is free to play.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hi, I'm Amy the Amazonian, and I'd like you to meet our very first Brawl star, Ashiok. So I have decided to make a different commander deck for every single day this month to be played in the Brawl queue. If you've never played Brawl before, it is a 60-card singleton format where you have a commander, and every card in your deck has to be in the colors of your commander, in the color identity, as it's called, of the commander. You're allowed to use a legendary creature or planeswalker as your commander, and, well, it's a fantastic format, and now it's free to play. It used to be that only on Wednesdays could you play Brawl for free on Arena without buying into a pass, but now we get to play it every day, and I want to celebrate that with Brawl Stars. And our very first Brawl Star here, Ashiok Nightmare Muse, was voted for on Twitter. I put up a poll every single day to choose the next day's commander, and Ashiok beat out Anax and Heliod. I wanted to start with some Theros Beyond Death commanders that people may not have seen before. So Ashiok Nightmare Muse is the 5-mana planeswalker from Theros Beyond Death, not to be confused with Ashiok Sculptor of Fears, the 6-mana Ashiok from Theros Beyond Death. This is the planeswalker deck Ashiok, which is still good and still being included in this deck. And the theme of this deck is generally Dimir control. I built it on stream today, and it really seemed to come together nicely. It's a lot of high-powered cards, good, like, removal that can take out 2 things for 1, things like Elspeth's Nightmare, and a lot of cards that exile from the deck or exile the card that you're removing, like, I don't know, Eat to Extinction's a fantastic example. This deck is medium high power. It's frustrating to deal with because it does have some counter spells in it. And it has one big caveat in its design. I had to make sure that I was not playing cards in Dimir that were looking at my opponent's graveyard and checking for a certain number of cards. Things like Drown in the Loch or Vantress Gargoyle really don't work that well with Ashiok Dreamrender or Ashiok Nightmare Muse. So I figured we should just commit to the control and hit it. So let's hop into the queue. You can see Ashiok at work. Oh, here we go. That was so fast. It's like immediately get to match up against somebody. We're up against iPad MTG and their Chulainn deck. I'm okay with keeping this hand. It's a little bit light on mana, but I'm okay with that, especially being on the play. As long as I get to 3 lands, I think I'll be just fine. Oh, and we got a nice turn 2 play here, Thought Erasure. And no, I don't want any of these happening. I'm going to hit Teferi here. The other 2 cards are Ramp, and while they are a little bit spooky, they don't hurt me. They just make Chulainn come out faster. Alright, I'm also going to Ramp. I can't play Sinister Sabotage. I don't have 2 blue here. Ding dong. There's the clock. Okay, they have 4 mana here. Maybe Frilled Mystic? I'm gonna play it safe. I would love to Covetous Urge here, but I don't trust that. They shocked in their breeding pool, which to me means, hey, I've got a spell to play. Well, guess what? Me too. And before my turn, I'm going to put another tick on my clock. There we go. I've got an unsummon. And I've still got my Sinister Sabotage. I sadly did not get a land there. What's wrong? Not going to play Chulainn against the Dimir control deck? I don't blame you. Nobody would want to do that. Can I have land? Oh my gosh, look, it's land! It's land that comes in tapped, even. That means I can't do anything with it this turn. Maybe I should just get them to use their counterspell? No. Nah. Eventually, I'll have 2 counterspells. Also, on this next turn, pretty much anything I play, assuming they don't bounce my Midnight Clock, will end up back in my hand. Alright, so they've got their Paradise Druid. They're going to try to play it, and I assume they're going to Frilled Mystic. There it is. I knew it was going to happen, I just didn't know when. I'll have them use it on my counter spell, which will then get shuffled back into my deck, assuming this doesn't get bounced. And I definitely don't want to bounce that back into their hand, but I will kill it. So I'm going to kill Frilled Mystic, and I'm going to mill my opponent. Their commander, Chulainn, has the ability to essentially get a growth spiral ability anytime they cast a creature, and also to bounce creatures from the battlefield to their hand. So letting a Frilled Mystic stay on the battlefield for too long means it might end up back in their hand and recast as a counterspell, which is pretty dangerous. Ooh, Dream Trawler. So that is a new addition to this deck. And I'm going to unsummon it, which is not going to get rid of it. What it's going to do is it's going to have it tap and discard, unless they choose to just let it go back to their hand. It's not like I'm killing their Dream Trawler here. Nope, it is sideways and they dropped a Time Wipe. It will only be hexproof, though, until end of turn, so I don't know if I wanted to maybe Dream Eater it, or whatever else I happen to draw here. Anything? Frogify it? They would have to do that again. Tyrant Scorn is fast, while this is slow. I only have 5 mana to work with, which means I can't really do 2 things here. I would love to go for it with Tyrant Scorn, see if they put it back into their hand, and then hit it with the E2 Extinction when their hand is empty, but I'm not able to do that. So I'm going to Arcane Signet and just try and make them drop it. Do you let it turn into a frog, or do you, I don't know, discard the card from your hand? The answer was discard the card in their hand. So they dropped the Hydroid Crisis. You know, I just don't want this thing attacking me. So I'm going to put it back into their hand when they have no cards. And attack them with my little 4/4 on the ground. Got him. Flame him. Hi, Chulainn. Okay, Chulainn's coming out and dropping some cards. Hi, Uro. Bye, Uro. Uro still counts as being cast as a creature there, though, so Chulainn gets their ability. And Uro also gets that growth spiral ability. Jeez, that's a lot of growth and a lot of spiraling. I'm gonna go ahead and see if they'll let me smash. They did, in fact, not let me smash. I'm gonna try and eat Chulainn here. Yum, yum, yum. They're tapped out. Chulainn will go back to the command zone. I pretty much never want them to have mana up when they untap for, or when they play Chulainn, so they can play other creatures after it. By making Chulainn more and more expensive, even though they're ramping in the deck, I might eventually be able to outpace it. Oof, but that's not gonna do it. That's a ramping creature. It might be time for Ritual of Soot. Hit both of those little nerds. It doesn't kill Chulainn, but does something. Drop a land down. Using Ritual Soot will also kill my zombie. Worth noting. Oh, wait. Okay, they're letting the damage go through, and I'm going to Ritual of Soot, followed by Ashiok. So the reason I'm going to play Ashiok Dreamrender here is because Uro is in their graveyard, and I would very much like it if Uro was not in the graveyard, and instead was, oh, I saw that Field of the Dead, and instead was in exile, where can't hurt me. Uro's not real, it can't hurt you. Hello, Marleaf Pixie. A small friend, who also makes mana. And here comes Dream Trawler, again. Maybe they'll draw enough cards that they'll mill out. They have drawn so many cards this game. You would dare attack my trashy Ashy? That's completely expected. I would also attack Ashiok. Alright, so they've got 2 5 mana. No, wait, that one's a 6 mana on the board. So I'm going to use a tricksy spell here called Dispersal. and make them return the non-land permanent they control with the highest CMC, it's Dream Trawler, to their hand, and then discard a card. Why do I like that? Because it means that they don't get to attack me with Dream Trawler next turn. Every time Dream Trawler attacks, they draw a card. So by me bouncing it back into their hand over and over, I'm just kind of slowing them down from my ultimate destruction. Look at that good Chulainn card draw, but I don't gain life off a Chulainn card draw. Oh, a Ketra. Oof, so something that blue-black does not have is a board wipe. I could have put something like a one-sided or two-sided bounce, Float of Tears, into this stack. But that's about as close as I could get. So Chulainn is now in a good place. What could bring me back from this? Really not sure. Looking at what I have, I'm going to roll the bones with Atris. Hey, Atris, show me some cards. I'd love to play my commander, but it's not a great commander to catch up in this situation. I could take the 2 lands. I'm going to go for whatever this is. It was also land, but it's actually a better land. And I'm going to grab a Thief of Sanity. Thief of Sanity. Despite how she looks, a catcher does not have reach. I know, things with bows and arrows should have reach, but they don't. Oh, goodness. All right, I'm going to go ahead and say we've lost this game. The Thorn Mammoth has landed, which is able to munch all my critters. They have 19 cards left, which means that milling is possible, but very unlikely. Okay, fishy. Now we get to watch our opponent beat us up with zombie tokens and big flying sphinxes. It should only take one more turn. It shouldn't take long. If you think I'm going to make you sit through some tortuous thing, I'm not. I'm going to make you sit through about a minute and a half of me getting beaten up. All right, here we go. Midnight Reaper. Ashiok. Give me the old good game. I'm going to bounce, eeny, meeny, miny, Arcane Signet. Because why not? Oh, in the Exile Forest. Me and my wee baby Midnight Reaper are gonna have a great time here. Look at the art on Temple of Deceit. Yeah, you know what? I don't think you should worship at a place called Temple of Deceit. Maybe that's not what it's called. Maybe that's just like what the people around the city call it. Like, oh yeah, that's the deceitful temple. You only go there for lies, but like we know they're lying. Delicious, delicious death. My favorite. Some cards are happening. Spectral Sailor intensifies. Thorn Mammoth has nothing to fight. And Ashiok loses their first match in the Brawl Star arena. It's okay, Ashiok. You'll be a Brawl Star. You'll get your game on and go play. I'm sure everybody already knows that I named Brawl Stars after Smash Mouth's All-Stars. But if you didn't, this is your confirmation. It absolutely is. We're up against a Kyora. So Kyora is a very strong commander. She allows you to ramp up and draw cards for big critters. And unlike me, she's probably going to do something on turn 1 or 2, like play a ramping card. Unless they got a bad hand, which also happens. I'm going to see what I can discover. Show me your secrets. More like show me my secrets. I want to get to 5 lands. Ashiok, I care not a ton about. So I'm down with this. I will draw this Ashiok. It's a cool card. This is the Ashiok that's probably going to do nothing, and I'll probably end up, like, discarding it. But maybe Ashiok will live forever. Okay, so they did get down ramp on turn 2, which means that they have the potential to play Kyora and something else this turn. Because Kyora gets to untap a permanent, oftentimes a land. Here's Kyora. And a land that comes in tapped, but can be untapped by Kyora. Kyora and Lotus Field are a disgustingly strong combo. Because it means each turn, this Lotus Field is going to pump out 6 mana. And I really don't like that they untapped it there. Because it makes me think they have a counterspell. And I'm just not ready for that. So I'm going to try attacking Kyora. And then I'm going to try stealing Incubation Druid. Please don't have a Sinister Sabotage. Negate. I hate this. I hate when people put counterspells in their Kyora deck, because to me, Kyora's deck should be all creatures. It should be like ramp, 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 big creatures. Anything that has power 4 great. Not even super big creatures. Just like, hey, what's up? Loathsome Chimera is big enough, right? Yeah, seems good. Okay, they've attached a Wolf Willow Haven to Lotus Field, which means that Lotus Field now taps for 4 mana, so they're able to Spark Double here, and they get to Spark Double. Okay, they're Spark Doubling Kyora, so they can untap Lotus Field again. They've got 1 floating green mana. Eshu, I want you to know, I don't respect the counterspell. I do respect whatever this is. I respect the Incubation game plan. So now, Incubation Druid also will tap for 3 mana. And they can untap it twice. Counterspells, no whammies? You haven't played a single big creature yet, Eshu. Great. Okay, so I'm going to use Ashiok Nightmare Muse to bounce Incubation Druid back into their hand. And get groovy. I'm going to get rid of their original Kyora. I can't get rid of both of them this turn, but I can at least come in here and attack the OG Kyora, not the Spark Double. Try and deny them at least a small amount of mana next turn. All 5 of it. From 2 lands. That's another 4. Hey, Kyora, do you also want to generate a ton of mana? Of course you do. What horrifying beastie am I about to face? Did Agent of... Like, I get it, you're stealing the Ashiok, but you haven't played a single creature that triggers Kyora yet. I'm not gonna say you're playing the deck wrong, but you are playing the deck wrong. Alright, so I'm gonna put that Tail's End in my hand, drop Ashiok. As I mentioned before, Ashiok kind of trashiok. And I'll attack my own Ashiok Nightmare Muse, and it gets blocked, and I'll draw another card. Boop, boop. Owie. Eshu, if you do not play a big creature this turn, I might just leave. I might just press escape and concede. I'm waiting. Oh, I am waiting. They're making use of like 1/2 of Kyora's abilities, the untap target permanent. I guess they're making use of being in Simic colors. Just it better be like a flash dog. Yeah, let's try attacking this, see if it's a flash dog. Bark, 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 bark. I'll attack their face. No, they're just gonna block and that thing will die. Dang. They did hit my Mass Manipulation in there. That is actually a card that would really have helped me out. Didn't get it. I have an Atris. Atris, choose from my deck. What secrets are to behold? Do I want a Frogify and an island, or whatever the heck this is? Oh, whatever that is. It's a land! But it's a land in 2 colors. I like the mystery of the face down cards. Show me their secrets. Show me your secrets. No, not you, Puppet Jace. You guys seen this horrifying little boy? Absolutely terrible. I mean, I bought him immediately when he entered the shop. Jiggle him around. Okay, so what's the big boy? This better actually be a big creature. You're not playing a big creature. Alright, it's gonna be Big Pig. Why didn't they do it for X equals 10? They, I feel, could have killed me here. Okay. They can tap in response and then play it again. They get to draw more cards. But they get to draw triple the mana, or get triple the mana off that Lotus Field if they play this again, untap. Oh, but it looks like they can't untap after playing it. They have to do it before to get it on the ground, unless they play a land that comes in untapped and they don't have that. Okay, they scribe something onto the top. I'm not crazy. They could have done this for X equals 12, right? They've got 2 Kyoras. This is generating 4, so they could have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... plus 15. Yeah, so they would have had 15 mana because they get to untap it twice. You could have killed me. Maybe. 13 mana means an X equals 13, which means if Big Pig comes out, it gets 13 plus 13 plus 13, also gives +2 +2 to everybody. I guess I might not have been quite dead, because I could prevent a whole 2 damage from it. Hey, Gadwick. Come on, Gadwick's a 3/3 Kyora. Getting real sick and tired of this opponent not playing things that have high power. Like, yeah, I guess that has high power, but that's not the reason why you play it. Look, I've got a counterspell. Is anyone surprised? Yeah, that's the spark doubled one. I have Menace. Just like Dennis. Actually, if Dennis were a creature, I don't think he would have Menace. I guess in the way that he's like a slippery boy, he would have Menace. Maybe not. Incubation Druid in Exile. I wonder if they have like a Hydroid Crisis that they just want to play for infinite damage and win on a self-mill strategy. I'd be down with that. If they play a Hydroid Crisis after landing that Nyxbloom Ancient, or X equals, I don't know, 70. I don't think they can do that quite yet. They don't have enough mana sources. But if they Spark doubled this first, you already used Spark double. If you quasi-duplicate it twice, couple quasi-duplicates, you'll be drawing lots of cards, you'll be tripling your mana again. Alright, I said Thassa's Oracle win condition, self-mill win condition. Jace also works. Okay. I'm down. I wonder what would happen if I destroyed their final draw ability and then found a way to kill Jace. I'd feel good. That's one thorny boy. Goodbye, Murderous Rider. But hey, good news. I do gain 2 whole life. And they still have plenty of mana. Bye, Murderous Rider. Oh, and hi, Thassa. Yeah, Thassa can happen. Thassa is good fish. Kyora is good fish. Kyora fought against Thassa. Also, I'm happy they played a Thorn Mammoth. That is a big boy, but again, it's more of an expensive boy than a big boy. Where's the low-cost 4-power creatures? Oh, not Leafkin Druid. Wait, didn't I kill Leafkin Druid? Must be thinking of another game. It was last game. It was the Chulainn game that I killed the Leafkin Druid. Or, at least that's what I'm pretty sure happened. And they had nothing to play off 5, 6, 7... United. How could you not have anything to play off all that mana? It makes me think more counterspells or creatures with flash. Nightpack Ambusher. Hit me with the Nightpack Ambusher. You know what that bad boy does? You know what that bad boy does? Okay, I'm looking at what's in their graveyard. They didn't drop any big critters. Alright, show me what's in your hand at least. Okay, that's big. No, no, nope. Why would you do this? Why is your deck like this? I just don't understand. You have Kyora, she's one of the most powerful, fun commanders, and you do this to her. Control Kyora? Not a fan. I'm absolutely not a fan. In fact, I'm such a not fan, I think I might leave. I'm gonna go ahead and escape concede. Yeah, I know, you're gonna quasi-duplicate your next Blue Mage, and now you're gonna use all your mana that you didn't have a use for, make a giant Voracious Hydra. Yo, could have done that one last turn too. These guys are not letting Ashiok shine, so I'm gonna go in for one more match with the trashy Ashy. Come on, trashy Ashy. I want to see you shine. Ashiok, let's do the nightmares their justice. Let's spook them till they quit. I should mention that this is actually not the first recording of this video. I did a separate recording of this video where all 3 opponents I tried to play against conceded within the first 5 turns. Don't be that guy. It was like, alright, I'm ahead, I'm ready to play this, and they left. Okay, it's time to play some Magic, and they left. I would, like, play Ashiok, and my opponent would just leave, and it's like, okay, I guess that's fine. So Dovan Grand Arbiter, I have built around before as a blue-white flyers deck, and I wonder if my opponent did the same, or maybe if Dovan's a control deck commander here. Make a Thopter. Nice Thopter. Thopter's gonna Thopt. Narset. Narset, show me what goodies I have in my deck. Garabeth the Sea God, Ashiok Dream Render, Discover Dispersal, and Eat to Extinction. I want the one that kills the Planeswalkers. Hi, I'm Fibblethip. Want to trade? Great, thanks. And I have 1 land in my hand. I should move that over here so you guys can see it. It's kind of hidden under my deck. Arden Vale Tactician. Alright, yep, it's a Flyers deck. That's what I'm here for. And Ritual of Soot will be nice when I get to it. Let's grab something here. Tail's End, Tyrant Scorn. I like both here. I like both. One of them stops the Dovan from getting replayed. I'm gonna use all this blue mana for Midnight Clock. And then I'm gonna be ready for when they tick up Dovan and trying to hit me with these critters. Spectral Sailor. Watch like Sephara come out. Oh my god, I think Sephara might come out. Okay, in response to this ability, I am going to destroy the Arden Vale Tactician because I think they might have Sephara in their hand. Sephara, for the people who've not seen her before, is able to come into the battlefield instead of paying 7 mana by just tapping 4 flyers, paying 1 white. And it's good and bad when it happens. It's very scary when it happens. Alright, Dismal Backwater. Ashiok won't die to these flyers. So I think I'm just gonna play Ashiok. Huh, they have something at instant speed. Wonder what it is. Hi, Ashiok. Thank you for welcoming me. I've got mana. 6 of it. 7 next turn. Ritual of Soot will hit all these little critters. Fairy Guide Mother into Sephara. Because if I can bounce Sephara and Ritual of Soot, then I won't feel bad. All right, yeah, I was totally right. It's Sephara. So this is the big scary creature. She makes all these other creatures indestructible. Which means that a Ritual of Soot won't do anything until I get rid of Sephara. And then they used a Rally of Wings. Sick. I mean, like, sick awesome, but still sick. This has lifelink, so I'm going to... Brazen Borrower. Yeah, nice sorcery speed Brazen Borrower there. Right into their hand. I'm going to swing with this little dude. Exile a couple of cards off their deck. Maybe deal 2 damage. Sounds good. And then I'm going to wipe the board because I'm scared. I'm scared of Sephara. I think it's perfectly valid to be scared of Sephara. And if she comes down again, I will eat her. I couldn't eat her and Ritual of Soot that last turn. I figure I might as well make them commit their resources. Okay. Many choices of terrible things I can do here. So I'm going to enter the God Eternals on this little flyer. Mill my opponent. Just a tiny bit. And they have left. Hurrah! A victory! But as many victories will come with this deck, it's an early one. Pretty much once you gain an advantage, your opponent might not be able to catch up. You have a lot of scary planeswalkers and creatures that 2 for 1. Cards like Enter the God Eternals. But now you've seen that in your dreams, you can be your opponent's nightmare. Thank you to everybody who voted in the Twitter poll. And also thank you to the official Magic the Gathering Arena Twitter for tweeting out that I was starting the Brawl Stars project. I cannot guarantee a video every day as much as I would like to. And that's just because it's pretty time intensive to make a YouTube video like this, and I know not a lot of people see them. If you ever want to watch these decks being built and played live, you can always catch me at twitch.tv/Amazonian every single morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. I usually go for 4 to 6 hours, and I will be building these decks live on stream. If you would like to see a specific planeswalker or legendary creature as a commander, even one that I've already built around, because I can always build a new deck, let me know. Send me a message on Twitter. Send me a message in the comments below. And of course, thank you for watching. I hope that I get to make at least a bunch of videos for Brawl Stars, and I will be absolutely making a new deck until the guild hall closes. And fingers crossed that the guild hall actually stays open forever and they let us play Brawl for free for life, because I love Brawl. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, or question mark, question mark, question mark. I've been stuck in my house for 2 weeks, and I haven't seen the sunlight.